Good day. We are Group 3 and our topic is The Good Life, Aristotle'S Nichomachean Ethics, and the Goal of Good Life. Here we will tackle what is good life, who is Aristotle, what is Aristotle's Nichomachean Ethics, what is ultimate good, what is eudaimonia, and Aristotle's tripartite of soul. First, good life. Basically, everyone wants the good life, but are we living a good life, and what is good life for us? Everyone aims to have a life full of positivity, meaningful relationships, a good physical and mental health, gratitude, peace of mind, pleasures, and success. But despite of this, the essence of good life is still missing. What does it mean to live well? Everyone wants to live well, and no one wants the bad life. To live well is to have peace and acceptance in times of uncertainty, making each moment of your life count and getting the most from every experience. That's living well.
Example for this are pursuing personal fulfillment, paggawa ng mga bagay na nakapagpapasaya sa atin gaya ng mga hobbies, passions, and activities that promotes joy and well-being. Cultivating meaningful relationships, pagkakaroon ng masayang pamilya or relationship with your loved ones, friends, community members na may suporta at pagmamahal sa isa't isa. Maintaining physical and mentally well-being, pag-exercise, sapat na pagtulog, healthy lifestyle, managing stress effectively, o pagkakaroon ng maayos na mental health. Finding balance and harmony, pagbabalanse sa mga ginagawa natin, priorities and commitments na tutulong sa atin para ma-prevent ang burnout and promotes a sense of overall well-being. Example na dito ang pagkakaroon ng bakasyon after a tiring work at pagkakaroon ng oras sa sarili at oras sa pamilya. And others are practicing virtue and ethics, seeking personal growth and development, cultivating gratitude and appreciation, and living authentically.
Aristotle's Nichomachean Ethics. So, who is Aristotle? Aristotle was born on 384 BCE at Stagira Chaldice. He joined the famous academy of the greatest philosopher Plato of the age of 17. And the method used by Aristotle for his investigation was scientific. Nichomachean Ethics was written around 340 BC. It is probably named after either his father or son, who were both named Nicomachus. The Nichomachean Ethics, abbreviated as the NE or sometimes from the Latin version of the name as the EN.
What is Aristotle's Nichomachean Ethics? First, how do people define good? Getting a college diploma, winning a lottery, traveling, successful business, good reputation, living an active and healthy lifestyle, and many more. But in a book, Aristotle claimed that every activity aims at some good, and the highest good is the end or goal of that activity, which means everything can be good in the start, but the end of it must be good too. In the Nichomachean Ethics, Aristotle proposed that humans are social, rational animals who seek to live well. To that end, he proposed a system of ethics designed to help us reach eudaimonia, a Greek word that means living well or flourishing. Aristotle gave us a broad view of what he thinks it means to live a good life. For Aristotle, the good life is one that allows us to develop and exercise the distinctive human capacity of reason or rationality.
Eudaimonia, the ultimate good, the ultimate happiness. So, what is ultimate good for everyone? The ultimate good for everyone is happiness, pleasure, being honored, and so on. Something that wealth is a potential candidate for the ultimate good. But a critic of wealth would prove others. There are people who wealth but live unhappily and miserable. Some people are living the best life with a lot of money. But the question is, are they really living with genuine happiness? Or is it just that the money that makes them happy. For example, you're living a wealthy life, being a spoiled daughter or son, can buy everything you want. But the question is, are your parent or family providing you your emotional needs? A need to feel supported, loved, valued, accepted, and safe. So, at this point, you are not really living the ultimate good in life, since your happiness just comes because of things that offer you temporary happiness. There are many reasons you may feel unhappy. You may be going through a stressful time at work or school. You may be too hard on yourself. There are no daily experiences that bring you joy, or you may be experiencing a mental health condition like depression, anxiety, substance abuse.
What is ultimate good for Aristotle? For Aristotle, eudaimonia is the highest human good, the only human good that is desirable for its own sake, as an end itself rather than the sake of something else, as a means towards some other end. He thought that the good life is an excellent, flourishing, happy life, and that the good life can only be achieved by people with exceptional character who can have taken excellent care to develop their virtues.
Eudaimonia is often translated as happiness. It could also be translated as a good life. There's a difference between happiness and eudaimonia. Happiness is often viewed as a state of temporary thrill, contentment, or satisfaction, which even animals can experience. Eudaimonia for Aristotle, it's not temporary. It's characterized by life will live a life of achievement. Happiness, pwedeng pansamantala lamang. Eudaimonia is living your best life or having a good life for Aristotle. A good life will be one lived in accordance with reason, which entails cultivating one's virtue.
Aristotle's tripartite of soul. Aristotle's tripartite of soul consists of three interconnected parts. The first, the vegetative element, capable of nutrition and growth. It is common to all living organisms, regardless of type, animals, plants, humans, or the stage of development. Embrace, children, adult, and involves the power of self-nutrition, reproduction, and growth. This soul is responsible for the essential processes of growth. The vegetative soul has the capacity for growth and reproduction but does not have the capacity to receive and to react to sense impressions or a capacity for rational thought. This part of the soul involves our desires, appetites, and impulses, including both physical and non-physical desires. For example, our physical desire or needs like wanting to consume or eat and drink when thirsty. It encompasses basic bodily needs as well as desires for wealth, pleasure, and social recognition. According to Aristotle, happiness requires mastering and controlling these desires through the cultivation of moral virtues, such as self-control and moderation. When our vegetative part is properly governed by reason and aligned with virtuous aims, we experience a more stable and enduring form of happiness, rather than fleeting pleasure or gratification. Sa part na ito, ipinapakita yung mga basic desire natin na nakakapagpasaya sa atin. Simply as pagkain ng 3 beses sa isang araw. At pag-inom kasi nauuhaw tayo.
Second, sensitive element deals, capable of sense perception and movement. Our impulses, passions, capacity for movement, and basic decision making. We share this element with animals. This is where our emotions, sensations, and passions came from. This is what gives us the energy to feel strong emotions like courage, aggressiveness, anger, and excitement. It governs our bodily appetites and survival instincts, including sexual desire and the pursuit of pleasure, maximizing pleasure and the avoidance of pain. This soul thinks deeply, empathize intensely, and questioning everything. It encompasses our emotional and motivational drives, such as courage, ambition, and determination. It's associated with our sense of honor, indignation, and other emotions related to our perception of what is noble and worthy. Happiness for Aristotle involves cultivating virtuous emotions and attitudes through the development of moral virtues like courage and temperance.
So, in this part, it is our emotions and sensation that lead us to have the happiness we desire to have. Dito ipinapakita yung pag-iisip natin sa mga bagay-bagay, pagkakaroon ng emosyon at desisyon na sa tingin natin makakapagbigay ng kasiyahan sa atin. For example, sexual desires. People think that sexual desire gives them a pleasure and excitement.
Third, rational element, capable of intelligent thought. This part expresses our unique function as human beings. This rational part is important in Aristotle's assessment in what constitutes eudaimonia. This is strictly and uniquely human, not common to all creatures and shared animals. It encompasses our capacity or reasons, logic, and contemplation. This is what helps us think, memorize, make decisions, exercise our freedom, choices, and learn to do things. It is what makes us smart and able to figure things out. Rational soul is sets human apart from other animals and allow us to engage in intellectual pursuits.
He thought that the rational part should guide the other parts to help us lead a balanced and good life. Rational activity is not only thinking in the sense of calculating. It also includes practical reasoning and planning for the future, helping us to make right decisions. Eudaimonia consists of excellent rational activity and the most perfect part of the soul.
Rational soul, dito ipinapakita yung malalim na pag-iisip at paggawa at pagpili ng tamang desisyon na sa tingin natin mas makakabuti at makakapagbigay ng kalayaan para sa atin. It includes planning deeply and logic thinking, wherein hindi lang dapat basta-basta nagdesisyon ng tao, kundi mas iisipin pa rin niya kung tama bang ginagawa niyang mga desisyon o pagpili niya.
Aristotle's tripartite of soul, also known as the threefold division of soul. This component represents different aspects of human psychology and behaviors. Happiness or eudaimonia in Aristotelian terms is closely tied to the functioning and balance of these three parts of soul. In summary, Aristotle's tripartite of soul provides a framework for understanding the different aspects of human psychology and how they contribute to happiness. True happiness or eudaimonia arises from the harmonious development and integration of our rational, sensitive, and appetitive elements, guided by virtue and practical wisdom.
Reflective question. Number 1, what is the essence of the topic your group presented? Happiness and eudaimonia and how they are related to living a good life. It also highlights Aristotle's understanding and point of view on what a good life is, which is that the real definition of a good life is an excellent, flourishing, happy life, which can only be attained by people of exceptional character who have taken excellent care to develop their virtues. Number 2, as a group, do you agree with the gist of the topic that you've presented? Yes, as a group, we agree with Aristotle that eudaimonia represents real happiness, defined by a well-lived life, a lifetime of achievement, and that the only way for us to experience it is to use our rational thoughts to decide what is best for us. Number 3, perspective-wise, how is the topic your group have presented can directly affect you in our modern day? In today's modern day, we or some people think that happiness is being able to go in a vacation, experience new things, satisfying ourselves, pleasures, money, and so on. But can this affect our desire to have a good life? So, in our topic, it shows what good life really is, in that it's not just something that we can easily achieve, but something that we must work hard, including the process of having a deep decision making, choosing what gives us freedom, learning and doing things in a smart way.